So they're 1-7. They can't score touchdowns. They can't stop them. It's bad. I think John Mara needs to really evaluate this team mid-season. I wouldn't wait till the offseason. I'll wait till mid-season, trade deadline, and I would just observe this roster and see what are the better ways to fix it. You look at Dable's pressers, and you can just tell that this team it has the talent to win. They just can't execute it. And some may say that's a coaching problem, but it goes way beyond that. Like Russ has 25 plus yards in the NFL of air time completion. He ranks eighth. Like he does it eight times. Neighbors ranks first in passing yards. Russ is ranked first in regular passing yards. They could pass the ball. They could do all this. It's not getting to wins, and the Giants need wins, especially when you have a season like you did last year. You lose your star running back. He goes to Philly. He balls out. You have to try to win, and you just can't get W's. Looking at their schedule, they're playing the KC next week, and I just don't see how they could fathom to win against a Mahomes team that number one is going to get the flags, and two is just has that. He's a Mahomes that is 0-2. He has a chip on his shoulder. Giants also have a chip on their shoulder, but do they feel the same pressure that Mahomes is? I don't know. They're in a whole nother situation from the Jets, but it's like the way both teams are looking, they're going to be picking in the top five in the draft. And I don't like I said earlier, I don't like talking about the draft, but the Giants really need to fix it. They need to clean it up. Looking at their schedule, they play KC then Chargers. I The optimism in me says they beat KC and they lose to LAC, and then they play the Saints, which that should be a soft part of their schedule. But I don't know. They're 5-point underdogs, and it's looking bad. And then after the Saints, they play the Eagles, the Broncos, and then the Eagles. I, it's looking rough for the G men. Speaking of which, Jalen Hurts. Let's talk about Jalen Hurts and the way he's played. The team is winning, but AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts isn't connecting. I wouldn't say this is from past arguments, but AJ Brown is like getting like 2 receptions per game. Jalen Brown is throwing 150 passing yards. I just don't know. Like that team plays, they have an established run game, but when a team comes and stops the run, I just don't know how Philly's gonna operate. I like the way the Philly team defensively is constructed, but the way they just try to play offensively, I don't think it works. And I think when the touch push eventually gets banned, I don't like how it's gonna look. I think it's gonna look kind of shaky. The team, I think they need to play and adjust to a more balanced style. I think they're more, chewing the clock, running. But when a team comes and stops that, I mean, uh, they're gonna feel it. Moving on to the NHL, I think Rangers got new jerseys. I think that was pretty cool. I don't like really the advertisement on that. It was a lot of advertisements. I'm not a fan of it. JT Miller got called captain this morning. That was good. Traded for him. You got him. Islanders looking good. Those two teams are going to be like I think top three in the Metro. It's gonna look good. One more thing on my Giants. They really need to, I think, clean. The problem with these New York teams is that they go too much on pride and like stubbornness, and they don't know when to let stuff go. And I think you know Yankees do it with trades. Giants did it with Saquon. Like when it's time to let go, let go. I don't think they do that. I really wish the Giants would have not fired Shane Bowen in 2 weeks, but I want them to know, like, hey, the defense is a problem. They acknowledge their problems, like they're aware of it, but a lot of them don't try to fix it. Week three, the Giants defense may look good, but Worthy's out, Rice is out, Hollywood Brown is out. I want to see them stop it against a team with an established receiving core. Same thing with the Yankees. Volpe was this highly touted shortstop, Jersey kid. Yankee fan. Caballero's playing better than him. You gotta admit that, and you gotta play, be truthful to what the roster is, and no, hey, he's not that. You do it with Jason Dominguez. Jason Dominguez was another international prospect you paid how much millions for him. You're playing Grisham and Cody because they're better players. Do the same for the infield. You know what I'm saying? You did this with Glaber. You played Glaber as shortstop. Then and he was bad defensively. Then you moved him to second base. And look how he did. When Glaber messed up defensively, you benched him. Do that with Volpe. They bench Volpe, but I assure you he starts tonight. It's gonna be a head scratcher because I know they're the Minnesota Twins, and you're supposed to beat them with whoever, but it's not gonna work like that. We want our New York Knicks. New York Knicks look really, really good. I'm excited for this Mike Brown revamped offense. You got Brunson healthy. You got McHale healthy. You got OG. You got Hart. You got Cat. In the East, that's so defeated with injuries. You know, Tatum, Halliburton. You have I don't know. I'm not confident in the Celtics with Jalen Brown being the one. I'm not confident with the Bucks. It's a free East, and I think they could really do damage. I want to say Eastern Conference Finals, but I think they'll make it to the Eastern Conference. I think it'll be a well good match. I want to say finals, but I never want to jinx it. They're a well constructed team. They go as far as Mike Brown, and the defense takes them. Cat has to be better defensively, but if Cat could be good defensively, Brunson could play how he normally plays. This Knicks team could go far. They just have to be healthy. They have to play defense. They can't be burnt out. Tibbs will do that a lot. Tibbs will burn them out. Can't really burn them out. They have to be good. They have to be healthy. They have to be, the team that they wanted to be. You know what I'm saying? They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. That was great. But, championship caliber team has made it to the championship. You know what I'm saying? They have to try and win it. You probably go against a stacked West team like Denver or OKC. Got to be able to compete with them and stop it. Same thing with the Yankees. You know what I'm saying? When they play the Dodgers, if you most likely play them again, you have to be able to stop them. Some may argue the Yankees were going to come back. I don't really do the should have, would have, could have, but I feel like they could have. So it's gonna be an interesting October for them. For the Yanks, it's gonna be an interesting October for the Knicks. The way they start off, interesting football season for the Giants. I I hope next time I'm on here, I'll be telling y'all a Giants win, a Giants win, a Knicks, a Knicks team that is looking good in practice, and a Yankees team that has clinched the wild card. You have hopefully Russell Wilson plays like he did, gives Jackson Dart a little bit more time, and then hopefully he learns and develops. That's what he's gonna need. You know what I'm saying? Developing from guys like Russ and Winston is exactly what he's gonna need to be good, be the Ole Miss QB that he is. To develop into a star-studded quarterback. Same thing with the receiving core with neighbors. Learn from neighbors. Learn from each other. They're a young team. They have to learn from each other. Learn from their growth. Like at Wandell. Wandell was considered a reach, and he's balled out. He has balled out. I expect another game like that. Not 140 yards, but I expect a 70-yard, 60-yard game with six or seven receptions. I expect the O line to play like they did second quarter to overtime. The defense, I need them to lock in. As long as they lock in, they'll be good. All right, yeah. Thank you so much for tuning in.